we're still gonna say rest in peace, right? Even though in the back of our minds, you're gonna be like, he's not gonna rest in peace. Hello, you guys. Welcome back to Laraddiji's LinPRinP. Today is I'm just gonna be talking today. Yes. We're just gonna be talking. I have a book right here that I'm going to be I just like a book and a pen in my hand, so I'm just gonna be writing some things down, and we just want to talk. Today is a beautiful day, and today I just want to talk, and I hope I hope you will listen and maybe catch a couple of things. Yes, I hope that's what's gonna happen. I had an experience with death a long time ago, and a family member, my grandpa, on my mother's side, passed away. I can't remember the details. I wasn't there, but when we got the news that he had passed away, I can't remember how old I was at the time. I was still young. That was my first experience about death and someone not coming back after you've seen them and after you've known them. I didn't really know him a lot when I was growing up. I can't say if it was a positive or negative experience, but I did see him, got close to him like a dead person. And that was my first time hearing, oh, rest in peace, rest in peace, rest in peace. May his soul rest in perfect peace. Everybody was hoping that he was at the bosom of the Lord, and rest in peace and rest in peace. And then there was another experience I had with death as a teenager when I was still in high school. My mom's younger sister had passed away, and I didn't know how to react to the news. Honestly, I didn't know how to react to the news, and once again, here we go. Rest in peace. May her soul rest in perfect peace. And I started thinking, every time someone dies, we say rest in peace because we don't know you don't know what has happened. We don't know where their soul is. We don't know what has happened. Right? So I started thinking, if someone was alive and they weren't a good person, right? This person was like horrible to people around them, horrible to everyone around them. And then I was like, if this person dies, we're still gonna say rest in peace, right? Even though in the back of our minds, you're gonna be like, he's not gonna rest in peace because he did this to me, he did that to me, he did this, and blah, 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 blah. And I started thinking, how about we live a peaceful life while we are alive, so that at least we know that perchance you will rest in peace, truthfully. And that's where peaceful living, that's where LinPRinP actually started from. Live in peace so that at the end of the day, we can rest in peace. So, like I said today, I just want to talk, and I hope you'll catch a thing or two in my LinPRinP walk. Peaceful living. The foundation is based on the fact that you believe that there's a God that has made us all. He has made us all with a purpose, and fulfilling that purpose is one of our goals in life. Because some people are born, they live and then they die, and then, like someone has said, I've listened to someone that said the grave is a place where all dreams go to die. God has given us a lot of things, a lot of talents, a lot of purpose that some have not been manifested. And the grave is where a lot of talents are buried. I'm a type of person that likes to do what comes to my mind, because who knows if that's something that God has placed in my mind that, if nurtured, could turn into something else. So I always try to do what comes to my mind. This is something that came to my mind. I was going through my book, my small library here behind me, and I saw a book. I cannot remember how it got there. Okay, Charles Stanley is the writer of this book, and the title is God is in Control. An unshakable peace in the midst of life's storm. In my LinPRinP walk, so far as I call it, I've been talking about living a peaceful life in this chaotic and dramatic world, right? God intended that this life would be peaceful, but as humans will have it, we like drama. We love drama. So when I saw this book, this little book, I'm like, I cannot remember if I bought this book or if someone bought me this book. If someone bought me this book, then they would have written in here, presented to Lara by somebody, but I think I bought it. I'm not sure. I definitely remember not buying this book.
I think you bought it.
I might have bought it by myself. Yeah, because I have a lot of books here. Yeah, exactly. I think you know me too well. I might have got this book during my Barnes and Noble's book buying days, but I just saw the title and I was like, what coincidence? An unshakable, that's what got me. An unshakable peace in the midst of life's storms. So I said, you know what? From my vision board this year, I did say that I wanted to get closer to God, and in life's busy storms, I saw this book and it reminded me, you know what? I'm going to make this a series, and I'm going to talk about what's in this book and how we can incorporate it into living our lives. So I'm going to talk about the first thing, the first page of this book. So if you'd love to follow along with me, I'm sure you can get this on Amazon. God is in Control, Charles Stanley. Like I said, the foundation of peaceful living is to understand that God made us. There's a reason why we are here, and He's in control. No matter what you're going through, no matter what comes your way, God is in control. And this will be a reminder to, hold on. Good things are still coming on. And let's dive in. So I think I'm just gonna talk about the first page for today. I'm gonna read it real quick. Never forget, God is in control. So the person that wrote this book is talking, Charles Stanley. I recall that in one of the most painful and difficult seasons of my life, a time when I felt very discouraged and fearful, when moments of loneliness were most intense, I would seek out my best friend for his wisdom. Often, he and I would sit by the fire for hours in the evening and talk. He would encourage me to pour my heart out about how I was feeling, all about the incredible pain that seemed to flood my soul. Over and over again, he will say to me, "Remember, Charles, God is in control." That factual statement became an anchor to my life. No matter how hard the wind began to blow or how much the adversity seemed to intensify, my soul remained anchored to that simple truth. God really is in control. And that's all I'm going to say on this page. I know I've been talking about the fact that we moved recently, and it had been in the works for a long time. And the time that we decided, you know what, we're going to move was in the midst of the COVID storm. And I remember my parents telling me, "Are you sure you are going to go?" I said, "Yes, by God's grace, we are moving." And to other people, it would be like, "You guys are good. You are moving in a very difficult time." But at the back of my mind, I always said, God is in control. The time we were moving, I didn't have a job. I had already left my job, and actually during COVID storm, I gave him my resignation letter and said, "You know what? It is time for us to move on to the next chapter of our lives." And at the back of my mind, I always told myself, God is in control. Even my husband was like, my husband, should we not? And I always told him, it is time. And in the back of my mind, I always said, God is in control. You don't have a job yet. You should have a job. Make sure everything is set up. And God is in control. In the back of my mind, that was always what was. Don't worry, God is going to do it. Don't worry. And I mean, there are times in my mind I'll be like, hey, should we really do it? But for some reason, I was so determined that our next step was that move. And I always reminded myself that God was in control. And so far, it's been 4 months since we moved, and God has really been in control. How will you do it? What are you going to do? What job are you going to do? How are you going to find job? How are the kids going to eat? Do you have enough money to take care of yourself before? And the list goes on and on and on. And this video will just be a reminder for you that God is in control. The thoughts will come out, the human spirit, that human devil will come out and say, are you sure this is the right step for you to do? Are you sure this is what you need to do? And then the angel is always there telling you in the back of your mind, and you just have to listen. God is in control. Relax. Don't worry. All that worrying, put it into reminding yourself that God is in control. I wish I have some Bible verses here for you, but I'm sure I'll put it right here. I'll put it right there. Something for you, some Bible verses to remind you that God is in control. Don't worry, don't fret. There's a number of times that Jesus spoke to his disciples when he was on earth, and it was just Easter. And what he will tell them every time they encountered some storms, every time they encountered a difficulty, he will tell them, don't worry, don't fret. God is in control. Don't worry, don't fret. Do not be afraid. Do not be dismayed. And this is for you. All right. So watch out for this series. I'm sure I'm going to make a playlist for it. I'll probably title it. I'll just title it God is in Control. So every time I make a video about this, do check it out. All right. You'll see me in my next one. Stay blessed. Bye-bye.